What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news, and before I jump into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up, and if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. So in this video, we have a lot of first looks, a lot of news in this video. I'm not sure how long it's going to be. It might not be too long, but there's a lot of great stuff in here. But before I move to the highlights, just a heads up, either Friday or Saturday, I'm going to shut down the pre-orders on the new shirts, Need for Speed and Spooky Hours. Eventually, I'm going to open them back up. There will be a link in the description below if you'd like to pick one up. Also, I just dropped a full review on the Air Jordan 9 Olive. So if you haven't checked that out and you would like to, there's also a link in the description below, which will take you right to that video. And any feedback you have on it, greatly would appreciate it. Now, as for the highlights in this video, we got a lot of first looks. We have a first look at the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Bred, a first look at the Air Jordan 9 Cool Gray, the Air Jordan 3 Lucky Shorts, and some more. I also have to talk about the Air Jordan 1 Low 85 Royal because a first look came up, but they have been canceled, or have they? Now, there's a lot more from Jordan Brand in this video, and a couple things from Nike. And now, let's jump into the news. Official images just popped up of the Yuto Horigome Nike SB Dunk Low Asparagus. Now, with these official images, I just wanted to point out it looks a little bit darker than some of the other images that we've seen going around. Now, I'm not sure if the photographer for the Sneakers app used a different sample or if the lighting is just off, but if this is how they're going to drop, I'm not a huge fan of them. I like the lighter pair a lot more, but overall, it's still a clean shoe, and I get why people do like them. Now, as for the colorway, this pair features an Asparagus, Legion Green, Light Khaki, Dark Loden, Sesame, and Burnt Sienna color combination. Also, they are expected to drop spring 2025, and the retail price will be $130. Since the official images leaked so early, I believe this pair possibly could drop in January, although that isn't confirmed. In late 2023, images surfaced of Lil Yachty's Nike Air Force 1 Low Concrete Boys. Now, this was said to be a friends and family. Well, at the time, it was. However, he will have a pair dropping this holiday season, and due to the colorway, it does match up with the sample pair that we saw back in 2023, which I'm showing images of. Now, it's very possible that some of the things could change, but the pair is expected to feature a white, and midnight navy color combination. So they're going to drop holiday 2024. Unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date, and the retail price will be $140. Now, in a previous video, I know I talked about the upcoming Travis Scott Nike Zoom Fill Jaxx Leche Blue. I know for sure I showed off a mock-up. I said this wasn't accurate. I wasn't sure how they were going to look. Now, I remember later on that Travis Scott was seen wearing the pair. I'm not sure if I showcased that pair, so that was technically a first look, but here we have a better look at the upcoming shoes. This model I kind of like. I think it's decent. It just really depends on the colorway, and this isn't bad. I like that shade of blue. The hits of brown are nice as well, and the official colorway is Leche Blue, Baroque Brown, Pale Ivory, and Light Chocolate. So for this pair, they're expected to drop spring 2025, and the retail price will be $170. A couple days ago, I dropped the November 2024 Air Jordan and Nike release dates video. If you missed out on that, there will be a link in the description below. Now, in that video, I did not include the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Metallic Copper, and I did get quite a few questions. Now, initially, they were supposed to drop on November 1st, so it makes sense why people were wondering why it wasn't included in that video. However, they have been delayed, and the new release date is December 4th. I decided to feature it in the news video just because I know people have been asking, and the retail price will be $240. Alright, moving on to Jordan Brand, and we have a lot to cover. Now, the first pair I'm going to talk about is the Air Jordan 9 Olive. This pair recently had a release date change. But before I give you that info, if you haven't seen it yet, I did drop a review on these. I did a comparison to some older Air Jordan 9 releases. There will be a link in the description below if you'd like to check that out. But for those that want to buy this pair, they're now going to drop on November 9th. So initially they were supposed to drop on November 16th, but they've been moved forward, which makes sense. A lot of retailers already have the shoe, and the retail price will be $210. Alright, so the Air Jordan 4 Fear was supposed to drop on November 9th, however, that has been delayed. So taking the original Air Jordan 9 Olive release date, this pair is now expected to drop on November 16th. Now, I've been checking around and it does appear that shipments are delayed for a good amount of retailers, so that's probably why they swapped them. But yeah, the new release date is November 16th and the retail price will be $215. Official images also recently popped up of the Air Jordan 11 Bred Velvet. Now, the good news is that they also popped up on the Sneakers app. Now, aside from the new images, which are very nice, we do have some additional information, and unfortunately, these will not be available in extended women's sizing. I didn't believe they would be, but this confirms it. They'll only go up to a size women's 12, which is a men's size 10.5. They'll also be available in preschool and toddler sizing. Preschool will cost $100 and toddler sizes will cost $85. So I know that's unfortunate for a lot of people, but yeah, they're going to drop on November 11th for $230. Typically when I do these videos, I save the best for last, and I rank them in order, with the best obviously being last. Now, this would have been higher up on the list if we had more images and the quality was better, but we have a couple new photos of the SoleFly Air Jordan 12. Now, with these images, the quality is not great. It's been zoomed in so you can kind of tell what's going on, but we do have a clear shot of the heel. Now, it looks like on the top of the heel we have the SoleFly S logo, but everything else looks the same comparing to the image that initially leaked. Also, I can't confirm this, but running down the tongue, it might say Sole. Maybe the other one says Fly, or maybe it just says Fly. I'm not entirely sure. You can kind of see it in one of the images. Now, I think this pair is very clean. The overall look is very nice, but some people are saying that SoleFly is pretty much jacking Amamanier style. I could kind of see it, but I still feel it's a clean shoe. Now, as for the release date, they are expected to drop on December 6th, and the retail price will be $225. Okay, so we're going to kind of bounce around with first looks and detailed looks at certain shoes, but the first pair we have a first look of is the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Obsidian. Now, you guys might remember that I talked about this shoe a couple months ago. I showed a mock-up of how it's going to look, and as you could see, the mock-up is spot on to what's releasing. Now, these are retailer photos, I believe from Size, and the official colorway is Obsidian University Blue in Cell. So the pair features University Blue on the eye stays, around the toe, swoosh, liner, tongue label, and the wings on the heel. University Blue hits the tongue branding, wraps the heel. Then we have Cell on the midsole, white on the base, and Obsidian on the rubber outsole. These are clean. I like these a lot. These are basically a low top version of the Obsidian Air Jordan 1 High OG that dropped back in 2019. Now, that pair was hyped for a long time, and I think it was due to like TikTok and Instagram Reels and things like that. It kind of drove the value up on these, and a lot of people wanted them. I believe they were in the $400 to $500 range. I have no idea where they're at now. But if you like the low top pair, they're scheduled to drop on March 22nd for $140. We're starting to get new images of the Air Jordan 3 Black Cat. Now, in the previous set of images, which were a sample, we saw the laces, and the laces almost look like a shade of blue. Now, I was wondering if it was due to the lighting or if it was just a sample and that was something different. I will say with these images, the anthracite used, it does look darker. Now, again, that could also be due to the lighting as well. I think these, as far as the laces go, look closer here. Now, also in these images, we can see the packaging. So we do know that it'll come with the OG Air Jordan 3 box. I do not believe the original release, which took place in 2007, came with an OG box. I'm pretty sure it came with just the standard Jordan Retro box that was being offered at that time. So I do think that's a plus on this shoe. Also, the overall look, the build, the shape looks a lot better on the 2025 pair if we're comparing to the 2007. At least that's my opinion. It seems that some people have changed their minds because initially they were saying, no, the 2007 pair looks better. And then we saw some more images and now those people are saying, yeah, the 2025 pair does look better. And I understand, like, we all have our own likes and dislikes. Me personally, I like it because it's a bit closer to the OG shape, although this isn't an OG colorway. But they are currently scheduled to release on January 11th. The retail price in men's sizing is $200, grade school costs $150, preschool is priced at $90, and toddler sizes will cost $75. We also have new images of the Air Jordan 4 Rare Air, and in my opinion, this is another great shoe coming in 2025. However, this particular pair, I don't know why it looks so ashy. It actually goes beyond ashy and just kind of looks dirty in my opinion. But also with these images, we get to see some different angles. We get to see the insoles, which features Rare Air. They do have removable tongue patches. We only see the one tongue patch, but in one of the images, you could see another one kind of tucked away in the box. I think that's the Nike Air tongue patch. But I am glad to know that it does come with the OG Flight tongue label because I believe on the first look we saw the tongue patches, it was like the number 23 and then Air and the Jumpman, which in my opinion, those didn't look too good. This tongue patch I like because it kind of aligns with the OG, but this pair also features Nike Air on the heels. It also has Nike Air on the outsole, and they also come with the OG Air Jordan 4 box. Now, if you missed my previous video, the release date recently got delayed. So initially they were supposed to debut in February, I believe on February 15th. However, since there's so much stuff dropping in February, Jordan Brand decided to push them back, and now they're going to be released in summer 2025, which means a release will take place between April and June of 2025. Also, the retail price is $215. Alright, so there's been a lot of confusion on the Air Jordan 1 Low 85 Royal because in previous videos, I talked about the shoes being canceled, at least for spring 2025, and there's no foreseeable release date in the future. Now, since product shots came up, a lot of people are thinking that, hey, they're still going to be released. Now, I was told that they have been canceled, and the reason why we're seeing these product images is because samples of the shoe were made. When the samples are made, they're sent to retailers. Size is one of them. They take their images of the shoes and they display it on the back end. So a lot of people who scrape websites, they find the images, and although the shoes have been scrapped, they still have them loaded on the back end. Now, recently, a good friend of mine, Mr. Unloved Ones, sent a tweet, and I'm just going to read from the tweet just to clarify a little bit more. He wrote, "Product that has been previously shot can still show up. There are a few others for the spring 2025 season that may show up, but they are no longer on the schedule to release. Here is one of two versions of the Royal 85 OG Lows. They were set to release next year." So I'm more interested that this is one of two versions. I wonder what the other version looks like, but unfortunately we won't know, at least for now. We have another first look. This time it's going to be for the Air Jordan 9 Cool Gray. And man, these are looking great. The shape, in my opinion, looks great. Everything looks on point to me if we're comparing the model to the OG. Now, for those who don't know, the Cool Gray Air Jordan 9 isn't an OG colorway, but it was released in 2002. And then the last time we saw the pair drop was in 2012. Now, Michael Jordan never wore the Air Jordan 9 on court, not the OG, but he did wear the Cool Gray pair in 2002 when he was playing for the Washington Wizards. So, this pair features a medium gray, cool gray, and white colorway. The pair does look on point. We have patent leather that runs throughout, nubuck up top, white on the laces, midsole, and the branding. And of course, we have the globe on the heels and the number 23 stitched. I'm really excited for this release. After doing the review on the Air Jordan 9 Olive, having them in hand and just seeing the shape, it got me excited for the model again. I used to like it a lot, and then I kind of stopped buying them for a while. But this is a pair that I do plan on picking up. Now, as for the release date, this pair is scheduled to drop on March 15th, and the retail price will be $210. Alright, so I need to clear some things up from my last news video. Now, I talked about an upcoming collaboration with Awake NY on the Air Jordan 5. Now, I used an image in that video that shouldn't have been in the video because it was an early mock-up that I had done, and it featured the We The Best branding on the heels. Now, there was a rumor early on that it potentially could be a three-way collaboration with Awake, DJ Khaled, and Jordan brand, but I found out that is not the case, and I accidentally used the older image. So I wanted to wait to leak that info until I had the confirmation about it not being associated or being associated with DJ Khaled. Turns out it's not. Now, a lot of people initially reported that DJ Khaled and Jordan Brand would be releasing the Air Jordan 5. Now, to my knowledge, there is no collaboration coming with DJ Khaled. But to make matters worse is that the style code linked to the Awake NY collaboration is the same style code that these individuals used in announcing that it was a DJ Khaled collaboration. They also used the same colorway, and they announced it for 2 pairs. So in the previous video, I talked about the Racer Blue iteration, which features a black, racer blue, metallic silver, white and clear colorway. Now, shortly after that, I confirmed that the second pair, known as the Awake NY Air Jordan 5 Arctic Pink, would also be dropping in fall 2025. So the 2 images that I'm showing, they're both mock-ups. I don't know how they're actually going to look. I just have the specific details about the colorway. There's also going to be some matching apparel. However, I know I said that I would find the info on that and let you guys know in the next news video. Unfortunately, my guy is out of office, so he wasn't able to confirm what apparel pieces will be released. But for the Arctic Pink pair, it features an Arctic Pink, metallic silver, university red, black, white, and clear colorway. So as you know, the Air Jordan 5 is celebrating its 35th anniversary in 2025. So Jordan Brand does have a lot of Jordan 5s dropping. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to the OGs, but it looks like they have some pretty good collaborations as well. For example, we have Awake NY, we also have A Ma Maniere, and I think those are the 2 collaborations that are confirmed so far on the Air Jordan 5. So the 2 will drop fall 2025, which means a release will take place between July and September of 2025, and currently no retail price. We have another first look. This time it's on the Air Jordan 3 Lucky Shorts. Now, I do think these are nice. However, I think the shade of blue used, it's a bit darker than I anticipated, but I also think it could be due to the lighting. Now, the official colorway on these is white, hydrogen blue, legend blue, photon dust, pure platinum, and cell. Now, the inspiration for this shoe comes from Michael Jordan wearing his University of North Carolina practice shorts underneath his professional uniform. This tradition began in college, where of course he led the Tar Heels to an NCAA championship in 1982. It was kind of like a superstition that Michael Jordan had, but for this pair, it features white leather up top, and then we have suede around the toe and heel. Now, usually, I'm not a fan of when Jordan Brand doesn't use elephant print around the toe and heel, but I've noticed over the years, I kind of got used to it. It doesn't look so bad. Now, they won't have Nike Air. It will have the Jumpman logo that will feature blue, and then we'll also have some blue on part of the midsole. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of photos. We just have one clear shot of the side, which is a good image, a close-up of the toe, and then a shot of the heel. Now, it'll also feature gray suede on the collar and the eye stays. Blue will hit the eyelets. We'll have somewhat of an aged midsole and gray on the rubber outsole. Now, I like them. I'm hearing mixed opinions. Some people do, some people don't. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Now, this pair was supposed to drop in January, but it was delayed. A lot of shoes are getting delayed, so it's not too much of a surprise. Now, they're going to drop on March 29th, 2025, and the retail price will be $200 in men's, $150 in grade school, $90 in preschool, and $75 in toddler sizes. Man, this is a pair that I cannot wait to get my hands on, and it's the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Bred. We finally received a first look, and overall, in my opinion, I think Jordan Brand did a great job as far as the shape goes. These look a lot closer to the OGs in comparison to previous Air Jordan 1 High 85 releases. Now, the leather quality on these look great, but that's something I would like to wait and get in hand to really find out, because a lot of things can change with images. Also, more than likely, this is a sample pair. I believe these photos are from Size. They get sent samples, they take the photos, post them on the back end, and basically people who scrape websites, they find the images and then leak them. So that's kind of how that gets out. It also looks like the midsole is a little bit higher. Maybe I'm tripping here, but you guys can let me know down below. Also, what I'm hearing is that they improved the cushioning, so they're going to be more comfortable. That's definitely a plus. Now, from what I'm hearing, the retail price is $250. I know previously I told you guys that my guy has a different retail price. It was around $215, I believe. And I was thinking maybe there's two different versions. Well, unfortunately, his system still hasn't updated, and I haven't heard anything additional about being two different versions. I don't think that's going to happen. So the biggest drawback here is the retail price being at $250. Now, what are you getting for $250? Better materials, an updated shape, a classic colorway, and new packaging. Now, you're not going to get custom or special packaging. I believe that it's just going to be the black and red box. Typically, the Air Jordan 1 High 85, it comes with a red and black box. Mostly red throughout, black on the branding. I don't know if they started to do that yet on any of the previous Air Jordan 1 High 85s or lows, but I was told that going forward that they were going to make the packaging like the OGs. So that's what you're going to pay $250 for. Now, am I still going to buy? 100%. But I'm also a fan of the shape. I'm a fan of, better materials and things like that. And I know some people who watch don't care about that. They don't care about the shape. They don't care about the materials as long as it's decent. So for me, paying this $250, yeah, it's not something I want to do, but it's something I'm going to do because I want these shoes. But does that change your mind on this pair? Or would you rather pay $200 because that's the standard retail price for the Air Jordan 1 High 85 and get materials similar to what we've seen on the black and white Air Jordan 1 High 85? Because I heard some bad things about those. Those don't look great. Because going forward, even the reverse shadow, they'll have an updated shape and all that stuff. But those won't cost $250. Those are going to retail at $200. Also, as far as availability, I'm still hearing that they're a quick strike. If that's the case, that's definitely a letdown, but it does make sense because at $250, if they made them a GR, they may sell out, but I'm not entirely sure. Not everybody wants to drop $250 on a pair of shoes, nor can some people afford that, and I totally get it. But for now, this pair will drop on February 14th, and the retail price is $250. Let me know your thoughts on this pair down in the comment section below. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. One more thing, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. Just a reminder, I'm going to shut the pre-orders down for the 2 new shirts that I dropped, Need for Speed and Spooky Hours. There will be a link in the description below if you want to pick one up. I believe I'm going to shut it down either Friday or Saturday, so we got a couple more days left. Now, as for upcoming videos, I'm probably going to drop a short and maybe a review. I'm debating to do a review on the Nike Dunk High Wu-Tang. I have them in hand. I was planning just to do a short, but I may do a full review if people want to see that, so let me know down below. Now, let me know what you liked or disliked in this video down in the comment section below. As well, if you have any questions, make sure to leave that down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.